So I bet a lot of people make things worse for me. I yell into my phone and I record a lot of shit going on, and it just helps my neighbors. But I make sure that when I scream like a lunatic, that type of shit you heard, that I make sure it's just me. Now you might be thinking, well, the neighbors must hate it. Well, the neighbors didn't care when they were having parties, both people downstairs, outside at 1 in the morning. The people didn't care above me when it was all very loud, but I tried to do my best. But this stuff needs to be recorded. The landlord can't be blaming the upstairs neighbors for his own destruction and his own neglect. The windows are just a whole separate problem. So of course I scream after I am in pain. My back hurts. I have bled internally. My kidneys are bad. And that's not even mentioning the 25 years of pain and suffering I've received from my mother and father's pre-existing abuses and conditions, whatever you want to call that shit. I'm going to be dead soon, and I want to make sure it's clear on all these videos that I'm making. But don't think that I'm screaming at somebody. I'm sure they're complaining about me. Oh, he's screaming at the old man. He must be screaming at the old man. No, I'm screaming at the motherfucking camera. I'm leaving a fucking record. I scream on this camera, and that's what I scream at. When I talk to David, it can be an attitude. I'll say like, David, you need to stop. You gotta stop. You gotta ask for help. You gotta ask for help. You need to not do these things. That's the worst I will do with him. But that screaming in the bedroom, you remember when I screamed in the bedroom and I'm screaming at the ceiling and I'm screaming at the phone? Yeah, the neighbors think that that's a fight or something. So I guarantee you that the landlord takes those reports and turns them into anything else. But I have every right to make a loud video in my apartment, seeing as they had every right. We called the police, or at least my roommate did, when there was other parties going on at 1 in the morning. My roommate called. There's been many, many other things happening, and Rochester made it very clear they could care less. But now that Rochester's in trouble, now that I got video proof, now that I'm injured before I can't even walk, I have to use a cane like that. Now that everything has to be moved into my living room because I can't go into my bedroom, neither can David. Now that I've had enough, they're going to take anything they can use against me to kill me. They're going to violate my rights. They're going to cause my injuries to get worse. They're going to cut me off of things I need to stay alive. And I want to make sure that when I die soon, that people know why. But don't think for 1 minute that I scream like this at my roommate. I do not. That lunatic shit in the bedroom at the ceiling, that is something separate. That is me feeling like I might be bleeding internally again, my kidneys feeling like they're gonna explode, and me wanting to take a video in case I fucking die tonight. I can't take any more abuse. 25 years, I have had many people, well, my mother, my father, mostly. But now there's a greedy-ass landlord, and I live at 314 Rochester Hill Road, Rochester, New Hampshire, apartment 3J. And you can look at the videos here. You can even drive in the back of the building near the dumpster and clearly see that there is something seriously wrong. Waterfalls are coming in every time it rains. We've had 6 years of ceiling tiles falling on my roommates and my head. I have a neurological disorder. The slightest tap to my head and I have a seizure. Do you understand a seizure in a bathroom on top of a toilet near porcelain and near corners of tables and more porcelain hard surfaces in a small room could be deadly for me? And I asked my landlord to please stop letting this happen. He sent 3 unqualified. Well, he sent 1 unqualified. Then he wants the protection and their goons. They're kind of like a little gang goon thing, paid under the table. You know how goons are. And they just slap tiles up, and then they fall again. They slap more tiles up. They fall again. And even his own registered plumber, who is named Fran, wants nothing to do with these buildings. As soon as somebody starts pushing the pressure on these people, they'll talk. If you put the pressure on Fran or some of these people like Darren or Fran, and you really start putting the squeeze through them, they'll talk about how really bad this is. But as long as they're taking money from the landlord, more people are going to get hurt like me. And I just don't want to see any more people get hurt. That's it. I want to be safe. I want my roommate to be safe. I want my upstairs neighbors to be safe. I want my downstairs neighbors to be safe. I want everybody in this town to be safe. That's my only goal. But instead, I have tried this nicely for 3 years. I have tried this a little more pressured for 1 year. Then I've been going to code enforcement, Department of Health for over 4 years. And now that some of the code enforcement complaints got back to my landlord, I will post a video after this of what happened when I tried to give him rent money and a piece of paper what I just told him was a list of damages, but I also told him it was notarized. I was just going to give it to him because David is nonverbal. David wanted to tell the landlord about these damages. So I tried to hand it over. He thought it was something from code enforcement, and the landlord made it clear. If you try to get those windows fixed, if you try to get the pipes fixed, if you try to make any complaints on these type of things, I'm going to hit you and evict you. And as soon as I tried to make a complaint, threw me to the ground, kicked me in my injured kidneys, punched me in my injured GI, and then 3 days later, filed for an eviction. He did exactly the illegal shit he was going to do. And boy, do I have ring camera of this. I got footage. I got video of waterfalls coming in. I'm now posting more. But no, the Rochester courts think that I'm some bad guy, all because I make these videos maybe a little too loud. Or assholes who can't see what's going on make false complaints. Or because the neighbors are having little kids roll around my roommate saying they're staring at kids. Or just this bullshit. It's bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Whatever happened to proving what you're accusing? I provided video proof of the complaints that I have made. I have showed video evidence of me on the ground getting kicked and punched. My claims speak for themselves on video. Show me something like a picture or a video that speaks for itself. No, it's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all a bunch of bullshit from a bunch of assholes who like to complain or don't want to spend money to take care of their shit. Meanwhile, I have worked ridiculous. I have worked while injured. I have worked during COVID, keeping the town gassed up while falling on the side of the road having seizures bloody. And nobody fucking cares. All they want to do is finish me off so that they can make some more profit. That's illegal, massively.